welcome to a sunny Cape Town. We're outside City Hall. This, of course, is the proxy parliamentary precinct. That's what we're calling it, after a fire at the National Assembly building. It's just gone 5 o'clock. You're watching ENCA, a special build-up to SONA 2022. And I am joined right now by Justice and Correctional Services Minister Ronald Lamola. Minister, thanks so much for speaking to us ahead of this very important speech. Of course, there are many critics saying that it's going to be one of the toughest for President Cyril Ramaphosa because of what they argue is a crisis in this country when it comes to unemployment, economic recovery and crime, which is obviously part of your portfolio. Are you at all optimistic? Because many people are not.
Yeah, obviously those are the triple challenges facing the country. I am optimistic that there's a country who can be able to turn the corner around, particularly on the issues we are relating to of the economy. You know the President's passion with regards to the Economic Investment Conference and the investment that he always calls for. But obviously it will be difficult to have a stable economy that is growing and creating employment with the crime rate if it's too high. And that is also an important factor that the President will have to speak to give us marching orders. We have already started work on our side with regards to the National Prosecuting Authority, with regards to creating additional 4 specialized commercial crimes court, as called upon by the President in the last input into the NCOP after the PPE scandal. So we hope that will further augment and give is the court role to be able to deal with some of the serious commercial crimes and including corruption.
When are we going to see people in orange overalls when it comes to corruption, especially those regarding PPE scandals and those that are fingered in the state capture report?
Yeah, as I've said, that we've already expanded the capacity of the Special Commercial Crimes Court with the establishment of 4 Special Commercial Crimes Court, and that will help to ease the court role to deal with expeditiously with some of these matters as and when they arise from the Hawks and the NPA, that they are enrolled and dealt with them as quickly as possible. But as you are aware, with regards to the state capture, there's already matters that are in the court role. So we are hoping that they will be able to be handled as quickly as possible.
You know, we've heard that before, Minister. As quickly as possible, we're working on it. It's a longer process because of investigations. Is there any timeline? I mean, can you tell South Africans who say that this government has been talking about fighting corruption for years now, that there will be people behind bars? And I'm not talking about the small guys. I'm talking about the big guys here, politicians who we know, who we see on TV, who have been part of this looting process.
Yeah, obviously you really can't put a timeline on investigation and prosecution because there are lots of factors that weighs into that process. But what we can assure South Africans is that all work is on the deck. And as I've said, there are already cases that are before court. For example, the Estina one that is already in court. And the NPA is also working on many others with the Hawks to attend to enrolling them. And with the addition now of the Zondo report, we are giving them all the support that they need to be able to do their job without any fear, favor or prejudice.
Minister, why should South Africans trust the ANC when the July expert panel has found that the factions within the party is a threat to state security?
Yeah, it's because it's not the ANC that it's implementing. The NPA and the Hawks, they are guided by the Constitution, they are guided by their legislations, the Hawks Act, and also the NPA is guided by its own act, the National Prosecuting Act. So there is also political will and commitment from the ANC itself. The president of the ANC, who is the president of the country, has repeatedly said that there is nothing that stops law enforcement agencies from doing their job, from the available information and evidence that is now in the public domain, and also it is within their province.
You know, the ANC is at the core of this administration, though. And the fact that the panel of experts found that the factions are actually leading to a threat in state security implies that it is also the ANC. It's not just the administration that's carrying out, justice in this country. And what happens in the ANC does have a bigger impact on the country and governance as a whole.
Yeah, no, that one cannot be denied. What I was referring to was the issues. Remember, we're talking about issues of prosecution. So the ANC has no hand in prosecution. But as a department, we provide the support. But with the reality is that obviously the factions and the issues you are raising are also even a cause for concern within the ANC itself. Hence, the ANC speaks about organizational renewal, it speaks about unity, it speaks about cleaning its own house so that we are able to give cohesive policy guidance to the country.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much for your time, Minister. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll speak to you after the address, which is happening at 7 o'clock.